In this video, I'm going to show you how I cook my chicken wings using the air crisp function on my Ninja grill. Well, before I soak these wings overnight, I cut them into smaller pieces. Then I covered them with water and added a little kosher salt and freeze-dried garlic. That's just a little extra seasoning step I like to do when I have time. Now I'm going to rinse them off. I've got my chicken laid out, and now I'm going to pat these chicken wings dry. I want to get as much of the extra moisture off as I can before I add my seasonings. Now that I got them dried off, I'm going to lightly season them. Remember, they've already been sitting overnight with kosher salt and garlic, so I don't need to go heavy with the seasoning. I'm adding a little smoked paprika, a little onion powder, and some black pepper. Now I'm going to let those seasonings sit on the chicken for a few minutes while I show you how I set up my Ninja grill. All right, let's move on over here to the Ninja grill. I'm going to use the air crisp function. When I turn it on and select air crisp, the default setting on mine comes up at 390 degrees for 20 minutes. Most of the time, I don't need 20 minutes for chicken wings. So I'm going to set mine for about 15 minutes. And even then, I'm going to keep an eye on them because they may not need the entire 15 minutes. Now let me show you something else about this particular Ninja grill. The heating element is at the top. There isn't another heating element underneath the food in this model. We have another Ninja grill that heats from both the top and bottom, but this one doesn't. So with this grill, I have to give it time to preheat before I start cooking. So I'm going to hit the start button. It's going to tell me to close the lid, and now it's going to start preheating. While that's happening, those seasonings are getting a few extra minutes to sit on the chicken. Okay, the Ninja grill is ready. Now I'm going to put my chicken wings into the air fryer basket. And I'm not going to pre-oil the pan because there's plenty of natural fat in the chicken skin. I'm going to spread them out so they have some room to cook. And I'm going to close the lid. One thing about using the air crisp function is that I don't like to keep opening the lid. Every time you open it, you interrupt the cooking process and let some of that heat escape. So once I know my cooking time, I generally leave it alone until I'm getting close to the end. We use this Ninja grill all the time, and the chicken comes out really good. Okay, now we're going to check the chicken. We have about 3 minutes left. Now I'm going to open this up and see how the chicken is coming along. Look at that. You can see how nice and golden the chicken is getting. I'm going to turn these over and let them finish cooking. Now I'll close the lid and let them finish. Okay, so the cooking cycle has stopped. What I generally do before serving chicken is check it with my meat thermometer. I'm just going to check one of these pieces. These are definitely done. Mine are reading around 187 to 189 degrees. But chicken only needs to reach 165 degrees to be safely cooked. So they probably didn't even need the entire 15 minutes. Because I brined these overnight, they had plenty of moisture inside, so I didn't have to even worry about them drying out. Now I'm just going to transfer these wings into my serving bowl, and that's it. That's how I make my air fried chicken wings using the air crisp function on my Ninja grill. All right, I want to thank you so much for being in my audience, and I'll see you in the next episode.